Shalom, shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, speaking on, reflecting on John, the 10th chapter. John 10, 16 specifically, when the Lord mentions how he has a sheep that are not of that fold of that time. You have individuals of the likeness of Vocab Malone and other Christian apologists. These individuals that believe in supersessionism, replacement theology, in efforts to force their way into being the chosen people of the highest power conceivable in his only begotten Son. But the scriptures clearly show us that the Lord's only dealing with one nation of people. He's dealing with a specific seed line, okay? Via promises that were made from Abraham unto Isaac unto Jacob. And that narrative never changes throughout the whole entire Bible. Okay, from the Old Testament to the New. You see? And hey, we're set in defense of the gospel, so these talking points are going to come up from time to time. They're going to be reiterated. They're going to be replayed. Okay? Hey, at the end of the day, this new song, which is an old song, okay, is going to continuously be sung until Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai says that's enough. Amos 8 and 11, okay, comes into fruition. All right, and the famine of the word comes into play, man. Up until that time, hey, we're gonna continue to contend, okay, with individuals of the likeness of Vocab Malone and you scorners and scoffers. Okay, we're gonna continue to bring this word out in its true veracity. Lord willing, as long as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gives us a spirit and the breath, man, to be able to do it. You see, so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, let's start there. Let's go to John real quick. And then as a matter of fact, before we go to John, what we got to understand is that what we're witnessing, okay, what we're witnessing before us today with, the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number, okay, being called into the courts of the Lord, okay, from the servants, the prophets, to you believers, the tabernacle of David is being raised back up, okay, and what we got to remember during the time of the tabernacle of David being raised up in his time, okay, what's that going to? All of the tribes, Salakia, forgive me. All of the tribes were on one accord. All of the tribes were cohesive with one another. Okay, we weren't split. As a nation, we were on one accord. And as a matter of fact, let me go here real quick. When you go to what's that? Is that Second Chronicles? No, it's First Chronicles. Let me see. Stay with me. First Chronicles, the 12th chapter. This is upon the tribes were gathering, right, for war. Check this out. There's something that's mentioned in this chapter, making the point that I'm trying to highlight right now through the Spirit. It's down at the end here. There it goes. Verse 38, the book of First Chronicles, chapter 12 and verse 38, and it reads, all these men of war that could keep rank came with a perfect heart right? With a perfect mind. Remember that word heart in the Hebrew is lab, okay, which is your mind, right? So they came with a perfect mind to Hebron to make David king over all Israel. Check this out. And all the rest also of Israel were of one heart, of one mind, to make David king. You see that? So all the tribes were on one accord. You see? So the tabernacle being raised up, the tabernacle of David being raised up, this is what we're coming back to. We're going to come back to a time where all the tribes, okay, have a perfect heart, all right, towards the mission, man. Okay? And that's Israel with our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua leading the charge, being on top. Okay, the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be on the planet Earth, might I add. Okay, we're not going to be in the fourth dimension somewhere floating around. Okay? No, man. Okay? The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. Okay? The earth is paradise, man. Under evil E, it's in a decrepit state. But under a righteous rulership, it's going to be brought back to its strength. You see? But sticking to the point, upon Solomon's transgression, what? The kingdom was rent, right? We were split. We ended up going to war with each other, right? We ended up going into captivity. And as a matter of fact, the northern kingdom went into captivity first. Go read 2 Kings, the 17th chapter. Okay? We went into the Assyrian captivity, man, under Shalmaneser V. Okay? The southern kingdom went into captivity under Nebuchadnezzar II, and the Babylonian captivity, man. Okay? And it was all downhill from there. You see? And when you fast forward to Rome, okay, upon the birth of our Lord Yahweh Shai, okay, you got to understand that at that point in time, the northern kingdom was in Arsareth, all right, which is over here on the western part of the hemisphere, right, dwelling in northern, central, and southern America, okay, and the southern kingdom had went through a time of Hellenization during the Greek captivity, okay, under Antiochus Epiphanes, man. Okay, go read the Maccabees, go read into the Maccabean revolt. You know, you got to go into that history, and this is what individuals like Vocab, you know, try to disannul. They try to jump. Okay, they try to jump from Malachi to Matthew. You see, and they miss out on precious pressure points. Okay, in history. Okay, that highlight who those Gentile state of mind individuals all throughout the New Testament are talking about. You see? You see that? That's why, when you fast forward to Rome, let's get that John 10. The book of St. John. This is red letter. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. Well, let's make this make sense. Right? The book of St. John, chapter 10. Let's start at verse 15, and it reads, As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. Okay, and what we got to understand is that the sheep, okay, Israel is always likened unto the sheep. The nations are never likened unto sheep. Okay, that's a point we got to make and highlight. As a matter of fact, when you go to Matthew, excuse me, Salakia, that's a clue right there. But anyways, when you go to Matthew, we're going to come back to St. John 10. When you go to Matthew 25, bear with me. And let's start at verse 31. Right? Verse 34 is the point. All right? This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 31. Red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, right? Like in Sinai, right? Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. Listen. And he shall separate them. See, our power is a separatist. Check this out. One from another. As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Let's blow this up. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father. You see that? Then this is starting with the elect. But us as a nation, being Israelites, we're blessed. That's why when you go here, real quick, we'll come back. When you go to the book of Psalms, is that Psalms 33? Bear with me. In verse 12, it reads this. Blessed is the nation whose power is Yahweh, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance, man. Go read Amos, the 3rd chapter. Start at verse 1 and read down. You see? Let me get one more before we go back to that John. When you go to Psalms 126. All right, real quick. In verse 1, and it reads, a song of degrees, right? When the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, and we always go into this. Zion is to Zion in the Hebrew, which means monument or memorial, parched place, right? It's another name for Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, right? We were like them that dream. When was our Salakia? Yep, there we go. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, okay? Heathens are not Israelites, right? Here we go. The Lord Yahweh had done great things for them. See that? Check this out. The Lord Yahweh had done great things for us. Okay? Wherefore we are glad. You see that? So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, okay, is going to do great things for Yasha Allah. Okay, and the heathen are going to see it. Okay, they're going to say among themselves, the Lord Yahweh had done great things for them, man. You see? Because we're going to come into that glory, that sovereignty, man. Okay, we're going to come into that majesty, okay, that we always should have been set in. Check this out. Let's go back. Back to St. John. Oh, Matthew, forgive me. 25. We do got to go back to that John 10, though. Bear with me. The book of St. Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 34, and it reads, Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world, man. Okay? The kingdom's already prepared. We just got to go through the motions of prophecy, man. And it's prepared for Israel, starting with the elect. You see? That's why when you go to the book of Acts, the 1st chapter, what did the disciples say? Okay, check this out. This is the book of Acts chapter 1, Okay, upon the ascension of Yahushua. Check this out. Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? You see? Hey, we just read in Matthew 25 that the Lord said what? Then the king say unto them on his right hand, come, which are the sheep, mind you, which are the sheep on his right hand. Remember, the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. You see that? Acts 1 and 6 again. When they therefore come together, these are his disciples, right? Saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Okay? So when we go back to John, chapter 10 and verse 15, we're going to read down. It will make more sense now if you got the spiritual eyes and the spiritual ears. As for the Father, John 10 and 15, as the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, John 10 and 16. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. We understand the tents of Judah, okay, had to be saved first. That's why it played out the way it did in Rome. But ultimately, we'll all be thrusted into the revival of the Western Roman Empire, okay, which is America. Remember, the Western Roman Empire fell. Okay, when you go into the statue of Daniel, okay, in Daniel the 2nd chapter, okay, the feet of that statue, which these scholars don't know or can't interpret, okay, those feet and those toes, that's going into the NATO and the EU, the revival of the Western Roman power structure. Okay? This is where we will all be gathered as a nation. Okay? Judah and the northern and southern kingdom will oppress together. Will be oppressed together. Right here it tells you that in Jeremiah. The only place we'll be oppressed together, okay, after the Egyptian captivity and after those various captivities we went into, would be America. Okay? Point blank period, bro. There's no way around that. You see? So Yahushua was talking about those other sheep, okay, were those 10 lost tribes, man. Those 10 lost tribes that you can read about in 2nd Esdras 13 that came to Arsareth, which is over here. See? Let's continue on. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Ezekiel the 37th chapter, which highlights the salvation, the deliverance, and the going home of Israel. So what in the hell are you people talking about? You vocab Malones. What are you talking about? You're not talking about anything because you can't make it make sense. You can't make your stance make sense. But we can make our stance make sense because we got the truth. From my elders and apostles on down, we got the truth through the spirit and power and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let's close out with this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3. And verse 21, verse 23 is the point. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping in supplications of the children of Israel. Why? Because we're in captivity. We're under the feet of you heathen, man. We're subjugated to payments, okay? And we're at the bottom of this whole society. We're redlined, okay? We've been abused, okay, by you heathen, man. You've executed eminent domain law upon us, man. During the time of the 1400s when you nasty niggas came over here and stole this land from the northern kingdom, man. And you continue to execute that narrative throughout the course of time. You even do that to this day. You even exercise eminent domain law to this very day, man. You see? For they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord Yahweh, their power. Yeah, all Israel transgressed, pursuant to Daniel 9. We all went off. You know? We all went off, man. So we deserve what we get. You know, but the point of the matter is this. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to come deliver us, beginning with the elect. Okay, we weren't meant to be trodden down forever. No, salvation is coming at the end of this movie, man. Okay, to those that repent. And ultimately salvation is coming to the rest of the nation upon them being born back into the kingdom through the loins of the elect. Jeremiah 3:22. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the power, Yahweh, our power. Truly in vain, right, for no damn reason, is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. This is allegorical speech. Hills and mountains, okay, are likened unto smaller and larger governments. Hills are likened unto smaller governments. Mountains are likened unto bigger ones. Okay? This is regarding you heathen. Listen. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord Yahweh, our power, is the salvation of Israel. You cannot make that mean anything other than what it says. Okay? And we can go all day going into other precepts, highlighting how the Lord's only dealing with Israel and salvation's coming to the elect of Israel first and foremost. Okay? So yeah, man, hey, you vocabalites are losing. Vocab, you're losing. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you're losing. Okay? And at the end of the day, you're going to lose. You're losing now, and at the end of this whole thing, you're going to lose. Okay? The truth reigns supreme, and it's undefeated. You see? And no matter how you slice it, at the end of the day, the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered. Okay? And when that day does come, you will know at that very moment, pursuant to Ezekiel 33 and 33, that prophets were among you, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.